What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
Welcome to the show.
What is going on? So this wraps up the week. This is our weekly rundown. Definitely tune in throughout the week. Monday and Tuesday, we have our topics. Monday should be the log for shit vulnerability. Tuesday should be the utility company losing 25 years of data because of an attack. It's a reminiscent of a ransomware attack, but it wasn't because it asked for ransom. Wednesday, we talked to Mr. Johnny Jones Jr. Johnny is a podcaster, YouTuber, and he is the co-founder and president of a nonprofit for veterans and people of color getting into IT called Tech for All Foundation. Very good interview / discussion we had with Johnny, so tune in for that one. Thursday should be Ask Us SP. That's where I answer your questions for the people who are trying to break into cybersecurity. So definitely give me your questions at Rai Security Guy on every platform. So that's my name across the board, but especially on LinkedIn. If you have questions, hit me up. If we get you on the show, even better. And then today, the weekly rundown, we talk about everything else aside from cyber. So with that being said, how's everybody's week?
I can't complain. This is it's been a pretty good week. I'll say this, like I just yesterday actually went to a holiday party for one of the first times in a couple of years.
Right.
But it was like outdoors. It was cold too, but we still had fun. They had like the heat lamps and like had some fire pits and stuff like that. But it was all outdoors, and they had some prizes and stuff. We played games and had some prizes, and for the most part, people.
So LeVon, hold on, I got to stop you, man.
Sure.
I see this in movies and whatnot. What is cold for California? Like honestly, like are we talking like 60 degrees? Like are you like, oh man, it's cold? You know what I mean? Like seriously.
So when you're like right next to the water, it's like it gets cold because you got the breeze coming off the water. So it was, how cold was it yesterday? It was I have to look it up to be sure, but I want to say it was in like the high 40s, maybe it was like 50 something.
Ooh, that's actually
cold. It might have been 50 something.
Yeah, that's cold. Okay, I'm gonna give you that.
It might have been 50 something. Yeah, but it was cold for sure.
I see these TV shows and movies with people in California that's wearing like sweaters and whatnot, and I'm like, man, come on now.
Right.
That's Florida. That's Florida. Like hoodies and shorts. Like,
Florida. Yeah.
A 30 degree dip is cold. People like it's low 70s today.
Yeah.
Like freezing.
Yeah, because right now it says it's 45 where I'm at in California. So yeah, 45 degrees. So it's a little chilly, especially with the breeze over the ocean. Yeah, because it was right next to the water too. So that didn't help out. But I had my ugly Christmas sweater on, so that helped me keep me a little warm. But that was pretty cool. It was good to see. It's mostly for my wife's job, and got to hang out with some of her coworkers. But that was fun. Besides that, I got a chance to watch some shows. I started True Stories from Ryan's recommendation, and it seems really good so far. I watched like the first episode. I'm into like the second one now. And it seems very interesting. It's cool to see like I think it's the first time I've seen Kevin Hart. And I had to take it back a little bit because I know I gave Kevin Hart a bad rap the last episode.
Right.
But, he comes around so far in this series. I think he seems a lot more believable than I gave him a hard time about some of his stand up and some of the other acting stuff I'd seen him in. But because this one's like more serious, I think maybe that's like what kind of switched it up for me as well. But he's doing a good job on this one so far, and obviously Wesley Snipes in there, and a lot of other people that have been known for their acting doing a tremendous job. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm gonna check it out some more and let you guys know how I think of it, what I think of it as it progresses. But that's going pretty good. And then what else did I do? Let's see. So I'm on the last episode of Cowboy Bebop, the live action, and I heard that it actually got canceled. Yeah, I'm sure you heard about that.
So what do you think about it? What do you think about not the cancellation? What do you think about the show?
I think the show's good. I think it's not great. Like I think it could be potentially better in some respects. Some of the characters are. I think I'm not a big fan of Faye's character or like the actress.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It just seems like a little like I don't know, a little too much. But I think it's trying to live up to they're trying to fill the fill the shoes,
Right.
or trying to live up to a big show, a big anime. The Cowboy Bebop anime was like one of the greatest animes out there. It's like such a cult favorite. So it's hard to like live up to that when you're really trying to mimic it or trying to make a live action version of it.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it. I like me and the wife were talking about it earlier, but I like the actor that plays Jet. He seems very like
It's like spot on.
Yeah, he's really spot on. Like I feel like that is the character like from the show. And then but so, I'm enjoying.
So let me ask you a question. Did you guys watch the animated version from? It was like 1998 or something like that.
Yeah,
it's been a while. 98, 99. Yeah.
So do you think it suffers from like maybe anime in 98, like Cowboy Bebop coming out then? It was just like, oh, maybe it was a little bit ahead of its time for 98, and people were like, oh, I expect the live action version to kind of be ahead of its time right now, but like it's kind of hard to do in this day and age, right? Like with the money that Netflix puts into, special effects and things like that.
And I thought they nailed it. I thought they nailed the special effects. Really? Like I think aesthetically it's a very good live representation of the anime. I was thoroughly impressed in the budget and what they pulled off with CG and what have you. But people's expectations are unrealistic, and you just can't do what you can do in animated form in live action. Like they're human beings. They can only do so much.
Right.
And people don't like the lead actor in this role because I think he's in his 50s. Doesn't look like he's in his 50s. I think he is like 50. There's like he's too old to be playing this character. Yada yada yada. I thought he did a good job. To be honest with you, but it's just it couldn't live up to the hype, so it didn't.
Yeah,
and Netflix don't play. Netflix.
No, right? Yeah.
Like, did you even give it? I was like, Netflix, did you even give it a chance? Like how many months has it been out?
Right.
Like maybe a month. Because it came out this month. Didn't it come out in December?
Yeah.
Or was it November? So. I think it came out in December.
Might have been November. It might have been
late November.
I thought it might be.
I marathoned it, so I don't know. I watched it.
Yeah,
in a week.
You watched it so quick. Yeah, I've been slowly watching it, so I think it's been more than like a couple weeks.
And they're already like, nah, cancel that. You're like, like you never give it a chance. Like, what if it would have picked up later?
Right.
After the holidays, people would have caught on to it. They're like, nope, got time for that.
Right. I was just thinking that too. I wonder what they use as a criteria for like these shows. If they see read some reviews and people don't like it, then they just cut it, or if they don't have enough viewership. Because I think it was like number one on the popular on Netflix, whatever the top 10 Netflix shows.
Top 10 in Turkey too.
Yeah, so I don't know if
it was like eight or nine, but
yeah. So maybe they're just using like reviews and like, oh, it seems like people don't like it. Oh well, let's go ahead and cancel it like right away. Don't even give it a shot. But I don't know.
It hasn't even been a month. November 19th was when it released. It hasn't even been a month yet.
Dang. Yeah. You're just like, no season 2. Cancel that.
Just
grab it.
Grab it. We're done with it. No chance.
Well, Netflix don't play. But Netflix will also not overstay its welcome. So I do appreciate that. You only get so many seasons. Like even the one me and my daughter watched, Lost in Space, I thought was really good. 3 seasons. This is 3rd season. They're like, we are done.
Oh wow.
The Expanse was on Netflix, remember? Like The Expanse is like hot right now. It's been hot for several seasons. I think it started on Sci-Fi and then it made it to Netflix. Like I think it was Sci-Fi canceled it, Netflix canceled it, and now Amazon has it, and Amazon's about to wrap it up. Like Netflix doesn't play.
Yeah. No, yeah. They don't mess around over there. Yeah, they're pretty, they're cut and dry. They just like they cut you off quick. They don't like you, you're gone. I can cut you in, or I can cut you out, or I can just cut you.
Yo, what is that from? I recognize that. I can't remember.
That's from Martin. That's from Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy's. I think Tommy said that to Martin or somebody. He's like, I can cut you in, I can cut you out, or I can just cut you.
Yeah, he was pretending like he was somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was like,
or was that saying it was Tommy, but was it from Class Act, where he was playing the drug dealer? Was it that?
I thought that was from Martin though.
Is it from
Yeah,
Martin?
it
It's
was-
same actor though.
The
Yeah,
same
he was-
actor, but
he was
yeah.
playing like he was a
because I think he was playing like he was a gangster or something.
Okay.
yeah.
I forgot
Was it-
like the situation.
Was it Harlem Nights? Now I'm like all over the place. I'm thinking of all the things
No, it
that
was Harlem Nights.
Thomas McKell Ford did. I'm like, what was that? Yeah, because he was playing like he was a pimp or something like that, wasn't he? I could
Right.
Okay.
catch
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think.
I think it's okay. I think it's the one. I think it's the one where they were trying to get his apartment back when he didn't. When
Oh
his
yeah,
apartment,
yeah.
he thought
And
was
he
gonna
showed
get
up.
the
Yeah.
room. Yeah. And so he
Yeah.
had his friends show up and pretend like they was crazy, right? Because
Right.
Cam showed up, punched a hole in the wall. Yeah.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, look at you remember it now. That's right.
I love that. I love the show. I was
That's
like,
one of my favorite shows.
Classic. Classic. Remember they said that show was coming back like recently, like in the past few
Oh.
years before
It was
COVID.
a couple
They said
years
they're gonna,
ago.
They're gonna
But
re
I don't think it ever came to fruition. I don't know. Was this going to be Netflix? I think it's going to be Netflix.
I didn't hear about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they went out. It was what's her name? Tisha Campbell. What is Pam's name? Tisha Arnold, right? Tashina Arnold and Martin had been out to a lunch or something like that. And like TMZ or something called them after the lunch or whatever. And they were alluding to the fact that they were trying to make it happen again. And I was like, damn, I was like, but Tommy's not around. So you gotta deal with that, right? Because he passed in real life. Thomas McKell Ford did. So
yeah.
I was like, man.
Right.
And I know him and Carl Anthony Brown, Cole had like beef in real life. So I wonder how that's gonna go too.
Huh. Okay. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, because they talked about it and then just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they're like, we just can't live up to the hype.
Right. You know, it's not going to be as good as when it comes back as you know the original. Just like Cowboy Bebop. No.
Exactly.
Or like Coming to America, right? Like
right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's no way that could live up to the hype. It was like I went into it with that. I was just like, I want to see the cameos. I want to see where they go with it. But there's no way it could be as good as Coming to America.
Right.
It's just not possible.
Right. Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Anything else? You get into anything else throughout the week?
So besides those shows there, I got a chance to play some of the. Well, I'll say this: I've been playing Halo. I actually haven't played the campaign yet.
It was good.
Yeah, and I've seen I've seen some of the. Obviously, it had footage all over the place, but I haven't like sat down and watched the whole thing or like played the whole thing. But I'm definitely gonna hop into that. I know people have been enjoying the Halo campaign. I never really got into Halo as a youngster. I started getting into it in the last like X amount of years, like the last 4 or 5 years. I actually started like getting into Halo because I got like my first Xbox, like Xbox One S, back in 2016, and so that's back when I started. I played like all the Halos, played all the
the Master
Gears
Chief
of Wars. Yeah, like the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah,
I think it was around that time, or at least you can like download some of the individual games or whatever. But yeah, that's when I started playing all the Halo games and the Gears games and all that. But yeah, so I'm excited about hopping into this campaign. People say it's good. I've been digging the multiplayer aspects of it. So I'm looking forward to this version. But I think that's the main stuff I've been getting into. I can't think of anything. Still playing Yakuza 2. I was playing that a little bit before I hopped on the podcast today. It's getting pretty interesting. I'm a big fan of the series. I see why people like it. And I told you guys about the guys grabbing it. It's like I'm trying to take off my shirt, like, and then throw it. It's like, you have to unbutton it. It's like a button-up shirt, and then like you got the blaze over top of it. It's like, no, you just grab the shoulder and you just throw it. And then your shirtless. Like, what the? But it's just I think I almost feel like it's an inside joke. I wonder if they do that on purpose, but it's pretty hilarious. But yeah, it's a good series. I think I'm looking forward to it. I'm on the second one. I already downloaded the third one. When I finish that, I'm gonna play the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. As long as they stay good, and I'm sure they are. But that's me in a nutshell this week. But how about you guys? How about you, Shannon?
So for me, the only thing I really did this week was watch. I watched a couple shows. Didn't play any games. I started watching Lower Decks, right? So it's like an animated series. It's kind of got a Star Trek thing to it. So I got about 3 episodes in, and I was like, not for me. But I tell you what got me, like it got me like the spirits, man. Is that Star Trek Discovery, boy?
Told you.
Yeah, I can't let it go.
That's so good.
Yeah, I got through 2 seasons. Yeah, I got through 2 seasons this week.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like
I haven't heard Shannon this excited in a long time.
Marathoning.
It don't happen. It don't happen. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much all I did though. I just finished up the last episode for the 2nd season this week, man. And that thing is, I think
it's different, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a Next Generation fan. I watched Deep Space Nine a little bit, and then I watched all the original Star Trek with my grandmother. But yeah, it's different. It's like the dynamics are different. It's not like just solo episodes. Like, no, all this is going somewhere. So I like it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, right? Is that when you watch like Next Generation or whatnot, each episode is its own story, right? And then it's the next one, right? It's a different story. This is a progressive story throughout the season, and it's like you see how you get there and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like it's really good, man. So yeah, 2 seasons in. So go start the 3rd season tomorrow.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's 4. Are they on season 4 now?
They're on season 4 now, I think. Like I think they're still releasing them. Like they're still coming out.
Right. So I haven't started because I want to be behind. So I've been waiting till they get so many episodes in before I get into it.
Gotcha. So you've seen through the 3rd season then?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I finished the 3rd season, and then I think the 4th one kicked off a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to at least give it 4 or 5 episodes before I jump in it.
Yeah, I think they might have got through episode 4 of season 4 this week. I think, because I was going through, I was just looking and seeing. I was like, man, how many seasons do they have here? And I looked at it.
Yeah,
I know 4 was short, and they were.
Yeah, and the main character, Michael, like it's just it's just different, right? Because you're always focused on like the captain, but not this person. Yeah.
That's true.
Like, okay, it's different. It's
very
different.
True.
Yeah,
because she is not the captain. That's accurate.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, something different. She played Sasha in The Walking Dead. So when I heard, not really spoilers, I guess. I don't know if I don't know. I stopped watching it back in like season 7 or 8 or whatever. Like, but she died in Alexander, I want to say. So whatever seasons those were in, I think that's when her character expired. And like literally the week she died was the week they announced that she was going to be the lead for the Star Trek Discovery. So it was like, okay.
Well, that's like 4 years ago then, or something like
that.
The show started 2017, I think.
Yeah, I think it was like another year or so, but like that was the announcement, like when she died, because everybody liked her character and whatnot. But like, no, she's moving on to a different project. So I was like, okay. Well, yeah, she's a great actor.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Like it'll make you get the feels sometimes. Like I had to go change my filter in the house. I was like, I think I got allergies. You know, I got pollen in the house or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
That's pretty cool though. I'm looking at the website to check out the just look at the
and aesthetically, like, because Star Trek has always been ahead of its time, but this feels like Star Trek if Michael Bay directed it. Like there's lots of lens flare and it's pretty. Like, okay,
but it's like if Michael Bay just did the action part and he had good writing,
right?
Because Michael Bay writers for stuff, blow stuff up, you know what I mean. And then
it's very pretty.
Then you have robots speaking Ebonics, and you're like, what is going on?
What the hell are they doing now?
Right.
What is this malarkey?
But no, that's it for all of me.
Okay.
That's all I did was watch that series, and that's probably all I'm going to do for next week. Is probably watch that series.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's good stuff. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good?
Yeah, I was gonna say one last thing. I forgot to mention earlier that I think it's relatively important. I got my my booster shot, COVID booster shot.
Okay.
Was that on what was that? I think that was on Tuesday, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just this past week, I got my booster, and it was pretty smooth. Felt like a little like sluggish the next day, like just a little tired or worn out, but the following day I was just fine. It was like no problem.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got mine 2 weeks ago. And the next day, arm hurt, and it felt like I had a cold for like a day. It felt like I had a cold for a day.
Yeah.
But after that, I was fine. So
Did you
because
like?
I'm getting ready to travel and whatnot, so I just wanted to make sure I was super
Yeah,
protected.
same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the same boat. And did you feel like
Yeah.
did you having like coughing or sneezing or anything, or was it just like your?
No, it felt like you know how you get aches, like joint pain when you're about to
Oh
get
yeah.
sick. You know that
Hmm.
achy feeling? I had the achy
Yeah.
feeling all day the following day.
Mm.
Which was better than, so my original two were back January and February. The second one made me feel like I was sick for the night. Like I had like the shivers and like a fever. The next day I
Mm.
woke up, my arm hurt. I was achy, but
Yeah.
it was no longer than 24 hours. Then this time it was just the following day, probably like half the day or whatever. I had like the aches,
Ah, nice.
but
Okay.
it makes you feel more confident. It was like there was something in there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't
You
it
know, it's
wasn't a
like not your
placebo.
water. Yeah, it wasn't
They
placebo,
gave me
right?
something. But my
So,
my concern was because I know over time it starts to diminish, and I got mine as soon as possible, right? So February till now, I'm like, nah, hit me up, boost me
Mhm.
up a little bit
Right,
before I
right.
go
That's
back
it.
out there into the world. So
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I was right there with you because I had my series completed, my first two shots completed like in June. So it was like right at the like 6 month mark that they were,
yeah.
suggesting that you get the booster. And um, I was going to ask you real quick, did you take any like pain medicine before, like before you got your shot or anything like
No, because
that?
I forgot. I literally
Oh, okay.
like I got the shot and whatnot. I went home, went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I was like, "Oh, that was a mistake."
Yeah,
I
yeah. I was gonna say because
was
I
like,
felt pretty good. I think I felt like a little tenderness in the area of the shot,
"Mhm,
but I didn't feel like any aches in the body or anything like that during my
gotcha."
recovery.
Yeah,
But
I was unprepared both times because
yeah,
I the first time I had it done in the morning, it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I just forgot, and then by 10, no, like 8 in the evening, I was playing bingo at the community center like an old person.
yeah,
I started feeling terrible. I was like,
yeah.
yo,
Like
am I
what's
getting
going on?
sick? And then somebody, I told somebody, and they were like, yeah, you got your shot this morning. I was like, oh yeah. And then that night,
Nice.
the fever and the shivers and whatnot. Then in the following morning, just sore.
Yeah,
So
so
right on.
it's crazy you bring that up. I was talking to my wife earlier this week, right? So remember how I got sick for those couple weeks or whatever it was?
yeah.
So I thought it was because everybody in my family was getting sick that week. But then
Mm.
I thought about it and I had my flu shot and my booster shot like the
Ooh.
day before I started. So I was like, did I have a
Mm.
perfect storm of like maybe I did get the virus? Because whenever I get sick, like I don't get sick, but for maybe 24 hours, right? And then
Right.
48's like the longest. And like this went on for like 10 days, 11 days. And I was
Mm.
like, I was talking to her and I was like, maybe it was just a perfect storm because, there was a virus that you guys got. Y'all got me sick, because I got to live.
Hmm.
I should have made y'all move out when y'all got sick. I said I
Right.
should have
Right.
done, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Quarantine yourselves.
Yeah, you quarantine somewhere else. I'll keep the house.
Right.
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 That's right.
And then I got the boost because like my first two shots, like the only thing I got was the arm pain. That was it.
Mhm.
Mm,
Like I wasn't lethargic. I didn't get any fever or anything like that. And this time, the next day, it was later in the day because I got it on a Thursday and it was that Friday. Like I was like, man, I don't feel so hot, And then I woke up Saturday. I was
yeah.
like, whoa, like I do not feel good. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
But again, I thought it was just the family getting sick, but like maybe it could have just been a combination of things. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
like for a while there, I was like, man, I think they're just giving me placebos, man. Like, what's going on? You know what I
Right.
mean? Is
So
this
you,
just salt water? What y'all giving me?
Yeah.
yeah.
What is
Your,
this?
your body, your body was fighting a real virus, and then you're like, let me throw
Yeah,
this in there too. Your body's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
yo,
yeah,
Yeah. What's going
yeah.
on here?
what,
What-
what are you
Exactly,
doing?
exactly. And I did my COVID vaccine and my flu shot at the same time. I just wish I just
Yeah,
didn't turn
your
on.
body was like, yo, this is a bit much.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Why are you doing this to me right now? What's
yeah,
going
This
on?
is a bit much. But now you super protected now.
yeah, for sure, for
Mhm.
I'm
sure.
about to get that. I'm gonna go find that J&J and the AstraZeneca. I'm gonna have the perfect. I'm
Yeah.
like
You
have
get the
like the Infinity
trifecta or something
Stones.
like Infinity
I'm at the
Stones.
Infinity
Collect them.
Stones. Get all these shots. Uh, but
Heavy version. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for real. What I do, what I watch. So I studied. I'm the boring guy, so I've been studying for this Oracle because I want to get it while it's free. You know what I mean? Like they hooked us up for this month. They made it free. I kind of want to knock it out. Um, to warn people because everybody's like, yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in the cloud. You need to have a foundation in networking before you just jump to the cloud. Like I took a picture last night, but I forgot to post it. I'm maybe 45 minutes in, and we're talking about routing tables But
Right.
like with no,
It's important.
they're not doing a bad job explaining it, but like they expect you to already know some stuff. So like they didn't explain how IPs work or subnets or any of that stuff. They go right into like routing table, private, public addresses, like basically how you get the data from one center to another center. I'm just like, yeah, you just can't jump into this.
Right.
So
Right.
like
That's the
this should
foundation.
not be, yeah, this is not entry level. It's an entry level cloud cert. It's not an entry level IT cert. So just put it out there. Like you gotta do some homework before you get into it.
Mhm.
But just trying to zip through it. But like it's the end of the year, so everybody wants to knock out a bunch of work because they know we're not going to do it during the holiday.
That's right. Yeah.
So work keeps getting in the way of my study, and I don't appreciate it.
Right.
So
That's
I got
how-
another week to get through the material before I get busy. So I'm gonna try to power through it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it always is. That's everybody's trying to squeeze everything last minute right before the vacation and like,
Yeah.
Pound you at work like the last few days before you go on, on your holiday break. So yeah, I know that struggle. Just this past week, it's like getting inundated with work. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? We're trying to, you don't need to be strategizing for these like, business, customer engagements and all this kind of stuff when we're, the customer's not even going to be in the office. Everybody's going to be
Right.
out of shop. So no need to be like spending everybody in a tizzy trying to like, I don't know, trying to get all this stuff knocked out.
Because I think from a managerial perspective, they're like, well, they're not going to be engaged again until like mid-January. So let me try to crank this out.
Yeah,
but it could be a byproduct of you working me like a dog before the holiday.
Yeah,
I need to recoup.
Right.
But it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm trying to power through that throughout the rest of this week, and then be ready for Spider-Man. So I already got my pre-sale ticket. Like it blew my mind. The pre-selling tickets here. That's how they have 4 shows coming up on Friday and Saturday, and they might have a 5th show on Sunday. I don't even know, but one of them is 3D and one of them is regular. I didn't even know I had 3D capability here. And plus, I'm not a 3D movie fan because I wear glasses. So I don't like putting glasses on top of my glasses. I think you already lose clarity in putting the regular glasses on in a movie theater, and then you're going to add on top of it, it's not lined right for me anyway, personally. Like in VR, I'm down for 3D, but in the movie theater, it's just not for me. I tried it a couple of times. I just didn't have a good experience. So I was I don't want that ticket anyway. And they were like, well, we ain't got to sell it to you anyway. Sold out. So I got the later show, regular show.
That's a good point you make, though. I mean, it's something I haven't really thought about too much, is that people wearing glasses can't be wearing like 3D glasses on top of it. They should make some sort of like, make it accessible where you can like maybe have a clip-on glasses, something like that. You can put on top of
the Dwayne Wayne 3D.
Yeah, Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah,
he was like
I just never
back then too.
Never enjoyed it. Like, but I don't think I tried it with. I don't think I ever, because I wore contacts for a long time. I don't think I ever wore contacts and wore those shades and went to the theater. Maybe it'd be a different experience. I ain't got time for that. Touching my eyeball no more.
Right. Yeah. Enough of that.
I do not care. Yeah. But this week I watched. What did I watch? The Expanse started back up. So season 6, the final season, the Expanse started up. Already starting pretty good. I'm enjoying that. I had a laundry list of things. I'm already forgetting it. Like it always happens to me. I need to write them down. Watched another episode
Hawkeye.
of
Did you watch that?
True Story. Watched Hawkeye. It was good stuff. Yeah. I'm pretty excited to see where they're going with that. I think they're going to try to do what they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think the episode's going to run into the movie somehow, because it feels like they're announcing things in the background that don't need to be announced right now. Like Kevin Feige's talking about, like, Daredevil, when he reappears, he's going to be Charlie Cox. Like, you didn't have to announce that just yet. Like, why are you talking about that? And then there was another announcement that was made. You're just like, that's weird timing. Like, why are you talking about this right now?
Right.
But I think there'll be some small reveal in the show that will feed the bigger MCU.
So you're talking about with the Spider-Man movie? Because you're still gonna have another episode.
The Spider-Man movie.
You're still gonna have another episode after the Spider-Man movie premieres as well, though.
Yeah, and it was the same thing for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, one of the episodes for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was the lead into the movie. Like, an event happened at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That went right into Winter Soldier. I believe it's Winter Soldier. So you're like, oh, it really is all connected. So it was like a very small event, but it was like a building being knocked down, like the helicarrier or something like that crashed to a building. I can't remember how it went down, but it was like literally the end of the show tied into the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I didn't. I think I might have finished the first season of Agents of Shield, and I thought Fury showed up. I think was one of the things, but I can't remember the timeline of it.
Yeah, but no, this was an actual event that took place, and they crossed over from the show to the movie. So I think it might be something small, but I think it might feed one might feed the other,
right?
In some respect. Because they're just making a bunch of weird announcements all at the same time. But I can't even look at my ticket. So I got a ticket that I have to show, but it has a spoiler on it, is what I was told. Like on the Facebook page for the location I'm in, they're like, do not look at the ticket, do not look at the poster that is at the theater. There's a spoiler in it, because the posters here are the international posters, not the US posters. So sometimes they put stuff in there for whatever reason. So they're like, look past all that. I can't even look at my ticket. They gave me the ticket. I was just like, thank you. Like I'm blind.
Right. Like, thank you. Where's my ticket?
Like, don't stare at it too hard. They said also not to ask the people at the theater questions, because they're not cognizant of what, like, not that they don't understand the concept of spoilers, but they don't care. So they said they will give you plot. So do not talk to them. Get your ticket, go sit down. So media blackout.
Ask no questions. Yeah.
Don't ask no questions. There was something else. What else did I watch? There's something else I watched, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about that, but until it pops to my head. So I played Halo. I played the first 2.5 hours of the campaign. Good stuff. Is Halo in its prime? Like, it feels good. The controls feel great. I don't necessarily know what's going on in the story because I didn't read the last few books, and this takes place right after a book.
Right.
I'm sure they'll explain it to me through context, but right now I'm lost. But it just feels good. Like, the controls just feel great. And the open world aspect of it is, like, the best part of Halo was the sandbox, where it would open up and you would like have vehicles and like large combat and all that stuff. And that's just the game. Like, they took the best part of Halo. There's some corridor stuff when they want to pin you in to give you some story, and then it opens right back up. So, and there's bosses, which I was like, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Halo typically didn't have bosses, but I like it. I think I was a little worried about the open world aspect of it. I was like, that's not Halo, but they make it big enough where you feel like you can do anything you want to do, which is dying for me. I die a lot. But I'm like, am I terrible at Halo?
I heard that too, though.
Yeah, but because you can approach it from any direction you want to. But the thing is, like, there's a lot of characters on the screen. I'm getting killed by grunts. Like, they come at you in packs. You're like, yo, grunts are killing me.
Right.
Is that a thing? And then the bosses, I've been getting smacked. So I can't wait to play on Legendary with a friend. Once that, because right now you can't play co-op. It's not available. But once that's opened up, like, that's gonna be fun. Because the bosses are hard. On normal, they're hard. So I can only imagine on Legendary, they're gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I believe you. That's like I'm excited about that too. That co-op mode. I mean, that's gonna be pretty fun. And you're playing on what system are you playing on? One.
So I'm playing on
Xbox
a 1S is what I have, and it still looks pretty. Like, so I can only imagine what it looks like on a Series S or X, because it still looks good. Like, especially like when your shield is hit and you can see, like, because you can kind of see your arms, like when you're using like the grapple shot, some other accessories. So you can see like the glow coming off your shield when it gets hit.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Nice.
So I stopped playing multiplayer because I'm focused on the campaign, but multiplayer did have me hooked for a minute.
Yeah,
because it just feels like good. Like, even when you're dying, you're like, yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah. Like, I messed it up.
I messed up. I never feel cheated. So
I'm
like, yeah. I deserve that.
Yeah. I feel like I've been like, not to like to toot my own horn, but I've been like getting better on the multiplayer. I feel like I've been kind of getting used to I've been playing Destiny for so long. It's a whole different like gameplay style. It's not as much like, not as floaty, not as like, you don't have a bunch of superpowers like that you can activate at a moment's notice or whatever. So it's like it's definitely like get back into like it's more of like a kind of like a typical like first person shooter, not so much like not too flamboyant or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty straight laced. And I'm enjoying it too. I really love. I've been playing that like every day. I've been trying to play it every day to get the XP because you get like
Oh,
you get up
you're
to
right.
like
I've been missing out. Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
at least put in a couple games every day.
right. If you get like the first like 7 games, it get you like the 300 and the 200 and the 100 XP tiers.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to level up, get the rank up, you get all the goodies, you get to the customize your character, you get some new helmets and new battle gear and all this kind of stuff. So
Right.
but yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it, and I'm super hyped for Spider-Man. Like, perhaps
Yeah.
overhyped. Like now,
I
I'm
was gonna
like,
say, don't
I might be expecting too much out of this movie. So I went back and the first 2 like because they put a lot of the older Spider-Man movies off because now they can charge for them because they're like, oh, this movie coming out, let's
Right.
get make our
Everybody
money
wants to
on
see it.
rentals.
Yeah.
I think I flipped my VPN to the Netherlands and I was able to watch the Tobey Maguire first one and the Andrew Garfield first one. But their sequels I cannot find anymore. And they were readily available until recently. And I was like, dang, I should watch them.
Yeah,
But
that's how they get you.
yeah, because I'm trying to get my appreciation back up for those movies. So that way when I see Easter eggs, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. But I think there's a little too much hype. And I'm a little worried about it because it's gonna be a good movie. But they're people are expecting a lot.
Right. Trying to oversell it a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's more than just cameos from some other Spider-Mans.
The
but
villain.
like
You
well,
got
no,
the-
so I know
you
the
got-
villains
you
will
got
be in
the-
it, but people are expecting
Yeah.
like Andrew Garfield and Toby Maguire to be in it.
Right.
I'm just like, they may pop up, but I don't know if they're gonna be in it. People are like, yeah, they're gonna be back and yada yada. I'm like, okay,
Right.
you're gonna get hype and then you're gonna get very sad.
Right.
So, but I think they are in there somewhere. I because there's too many weird trailers. People keep showing like just glitches in the trailers where because Marvel removes things from trailers to throw you off. Like what was it? Was it Endgame? Or was it Infinity War? Like one of them had the Hulk running with the everybody else in Wakanda. Like they were all running together to a big battle. And in the actual movie, he's not the Hulk. He's in the suit.
Hulkbuster. He's in Victoria.
Yeah. So they completely flipped what was going to happen in that movie.
That was Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah. So they play around with trailers. So you see some weird stuff in some of the international trailers where they remove some characters and you're just like, oh yeah, it's because that's Tobey Maguire. You're like, maybe it's not though. They remove somebody. Might not be who you think.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see. But I'm still excited.
But you got your ticket for the day of. You can go see it.
Yeah, I'm going to see it at 9:00 that day.
Nice. How about you, Shannon?
Do they usually do advanced sales for that or no?
No, this is the first time I've seen it. Yeah,
oh,
but I guess they didn't
must be that big.
They didn't want the whole facility to show up and be sad.
Yeah.
So,
but
yeah, so
LeVon was. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say, like, how about you, Shannon? You seen the day of? Or you gonna wait a little bit?
Oh, I'm probably going. If I gotta do it, I gotta wait till I got a babysitter, man. That's how it goes.
Right.
So like, it's probably not gonna be till like Sunday if we do it. We may do because that's usually when I do the days for the movies, right? We'll catch it early, like the earliest one.
Get the matinees, yeah,
and then go that route. But I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do it this weekend. We may wait it out and see. Actually, Sunday may end up taking my son out. His birthday is Monday. My youngest son's birthday is Monday, but
okay,
he wants to go do something on Sunday that I keep telling him, hey, who's gonna do this? Like, who said they were paying for it?
Right.
You want to go do these events and whatnot. Who said they paying for all this?
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Dad.
Right.
I'm like, oh, Dad, nothing.
Right. I ain't made out of money.
Hey, you know what I mean? I'm buying TVs because whatever y'all doing up in the loft is breaking my TVs.
Right.
You know?
I know.
So, yeah. But no,
that's a good segue though. That's a good segue. The TVs, because we talked about it off screen. I wanted to get it on. I got to get some impressions on this TV. So you said the Sony X85J.
X85J. That's what it's called. Yeah,
Okay.
I've only had it for a couple hours, man. Look, I watched a couple shows and was like, okay, yeah, that's not bad. I had to turn the vivid down because it was just like really bright and looked very.
Yeah.
It was kind of fake looking. You know what I mean? Like everybody looked really tan. It was like,
Gotcha.
wow,
Yeah.
ain't the case. But yeah, just got like watched a couple. Like I really just watched it as I laid down because like I didn't get to I didn't sleep so much last night because my daughter was in the bed with us last night, so I had about maybe 5 inches of bed to lay on. I only got I only got a couple hours in, and then I woke up really early and watched Star Trek Discovery really early in the morning.
Okay.
So I had to take a nap. I didn't really get a chance to really watch it, but you'll have my impressions next week to see what it is. But yeah, I think this might be the first Sony TV I've brought ever though. Like I don't think I've ever had a Sony TV before. Like even in the house, like we have Samsungs. Like we just seem to be a Samsung family, right? But the Samsungs that I've been pretty happy with. I was gonna get an LG. I was looking at this LG they had because I went to Costco and then I went to Best Buy. But I looked up a couple of the reviews and I was like, nah, that's not really gonna fit, because I've been, this is the environment it's gonna be in, this, that, and the third. Yeah. So yeah, but no, I'll let you know. I know how you get down, Ryan. I'll let you know. I'll be sure to write. I'll be sure to write everything
I like
down.
the TVs. I like the TVs.
Right. Right. I like the TV.
I like the TVs. And then LeVon, he picked up a LG C1.
That's right. Yeah, I got the C1. Got the this is the OLED, and it's like it looks really good. It looks really good. It's very sharp. You can see the blacks are inky black, whatever they call it now.
The blackest of blacks.
The blackest of black.
The blacks of blacks.
And so it looks good. It's very vivid. Only thing I'll say is like obviously, and this is like on all the reviews, like it's not really great for a room that's very, very bright. It's going to be like because it's kind of dim. It has much lower like nits, the luminescence that's that comes off the TV. It's not as bright as like some of the Samsungs or even Sony or something like that, or like the standard like maybe LED or what do you call them, high definition TVs or whatever. So it's like it's not as bright, but it's definitely like very good quality, especially like if you're playing like so I have it facing like away from the window, so it's not glaring. So it's like the back of it is where the window's kind of shining in a little bit. And so it looks really good no matter what time of day. And it's in our bedroom, so it's kind of closed off a little bit. But yeah, I've been playing. I hooked up PlayStation to it. I hooked up Xbox to it as well, and just to kind of test it out and see how it looked. And it looks great. Played a little bit of God of War on the PS5. I was thinking about Shannon. I know he had like revisited the game a while back, and I was like, yeah, let me hop back in this a little bit. And it looked good, don't it? Yeah, it looked proper. Yeah, it looked good, especially with the update when they like enhanced the frame rates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it looks really good. And I played a little bit of Halo on there. I played some Yakuza on there. But yeah, it looks good. I definitely would recommend it. Just as much as any other TV out there.
That's what's up. I was gonna say when you play Halo, is it at 120 frames?
Yeah, it sure is. Yep, 120.
What is that experience like? Because I think I'm playing it at 30, and it feels okay. It feels fine, but obviously, what I mean, like if I had better hardware, it'd be that much quicker.
Yeah, it's like night and day. When you're playing at 30 frames per second compared to like 120, it's definitely night and day. Like it's so much smoother, so much like better reaction. And I know even like just when Shannon and I were just talking about the God of War, like even that goes from 30 to 60 on the PS5. And that's like a big difference. You see how much smoother it is, the action and all that. But going from 30 to like 120, then you just gotta your socks get blown off. He's like, whoa,
eyes gonna fall out my sockets.
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna be like, oh my God, what the heck is this? Because it's gonna make you better too. You're gonna play better. Like I know you said you had like some hard time with the multiplayer, but it's like when you got those frames, that definitely is a big advantage when you're playing against other people. And I've noticed that over the years, just as much as I play first person shooters. Like you got the 30 frames per second, and you're trying to hop in a room with a bunch of people on 120 frames per second systems, and you're gonna be like moving through like mud compared to everybody else as far as like the reaction time and be able to, catch you in their reticles and everything like that. So it's a big difference. I think you're gonna be pretty amazed when you get to experience that. Even in the campaign, I think you can at the minimum you can get 60 frames, but they actually have 120 frames as well.
Okay.
For that. But I've heard that they recommend at least one of the big reviewers. I can't remember their name right now, but they always do a bunch of like in-depth like technical reviews.
Oh, Digital Foundry, maybe.
Yep, that's the one. Digital Foundry. They did the in-depth review, and they said that they recommend staying to 60 quality mode, which is 4K, 60 hertz, versus the variable 120 hertz
Okay, got
campaign, because it fluctuates. It'd be like 120 at one moment, then it'd be like at 100, and then it might be at 90 for a little bit and go back up, depending on what's going on in the screen. But it's less like stable. And the other one is like 60 frames throughout the whole thing. Like no matter where you're at in the campaign, in the world, if you're jumping around or whatever, things are blowing up. Everything's just 60 frames and 4K. You don't have to worry about it like dropping down to some lower resolution. But
that actually seems better though. So like instead of it doing the variable, so like I know like if you get 120 all the way through, you'll be like, okay, yeah, that's good. But like if it's being, I don't want to say progressive, but if it's adaptive, that's what I'm looking for. Adaptive like that, where it's like, okay, 120, like if you get used to a 120, right? And then you drop down to 100 or 90 or whatever, like that may throw you off in your gameplay too. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just have the 60 all the way through and then know, okay, it's consistently gonna be like this.
Right. That's true. Yeah. And they make a point about that too. So it's like you don't feel those little hiccups, because it's supposed to have like, the monitors and the TV systems are supposed to have things that are kind of catch that, or they don't. So it's like not noticeable to the player. So
the
kind
G sync and the free sync. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. G sync, free sync. So it's supposed to be like, not apparent to the player, but same time you can still notice it sometimes, especially if it's a lot of things going on the screen at one time, or if like I don't know, if you're like if you notice like the resolution kind of drops down because it's like it's a crazy looking scene. But there's only so much they can do to kind of prevent that from being affecting the user. But I say like multiplayer playing at 120, I don't notice any kind of hiccups. I think it's pretty much smooth the whole way through. I think the campaign's a little bit different. It's a little bit more open, and it's obviously a big world and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out as well in the campaign mode. I'm gonna play both. I'm gonna play a little bit in the performance mode and a little bit in the like quality mode, and see if I can notice some of the differences. But
okay, no, that's what's up. Well, yeah, I'm definitely interested. Let me know. And then I'm also interested in that C1. I need to step up my game in the office back home. That's where I want to put it because it's dark in there. So that'd be like the thing I game on and watch TV on and whatnot. Right. When I don't want to be in the living room, because the living room is kind of open, it's kind of bright. So I got the LCD in that room. Yeah. So no, that's what's up.
Yeah. That's why I got my Samsung. I got that in the living room. Because that thing's that thing could like blind you even in the daytime. That thing like gets so bright. It's like freaking, it has like a unlimited amount of nits up in it.
Right. Right. That's what's up. Yeah, I need to get back. Like, so I may or may not play today. I should hop on for a little bit, just to break up. But I gotta get this study on. Try to get through this because the course is only 7 hours of video, but it feels like it's taking me forever to get through it. Like, and they're small. Like it's like 5 minutes here, 7 minutes there. Like, let's talk about this concept, like VCN. Let's talk about this concept, to do with routing and what have you. And then they break it down into little quizzes, and then they have little modules at the end of each module. They have like a test to see if you're ready to move on to the next module. But it just feels like it's taking forever. Like the 7 hours feels like it's taking a whole week to kind of break into. But it's free and I want it, so I need to crank through it.
Yeah, knock that out. Get it over with. But I know how it could be. It could be a little bit of a struggle trying to like get through a bunch of assignments. I remember back when we were in the master program at WGU, and even though they're not sponsoring us, but we throw out the name anyway. But,
but I wish they would.
Yeah. Especially for me, I know when I was in that program, I was like, you know what? I was just trying to like, I was just trying to knock it out as quickly as possible, especially when they have the the way they do it, where the payment, like if the quicker you can finish the program, the less money you pay. So I was like, that was the motivation for me. Like, I don't want to pay any more money. So I'm just gonna like knock it out as quickly as possible and try to finish it up sooner than later. But just trying to get into that mindset. We're just trying to knock something out and trying to like, put everything into it and don't get like, I guess, lazy or like,
Right.
let it like just fester or sit around and not tackle it, So I think it's good. I mean, you gotta like, try to keep that momentum going. And hopefully you can just knock it out and save some money too. So you can get it while it's free.
Right, exactly. Because I think after this one will be Azure, and then after Azure, I might try to do AWS. Like I was telling somebody, I don't believe it's a necessity to take these fundamentals and work your way up before you jump into the CCSP, the Certified Cloud Security Professional through ISC squared. If you already have a CSP, I don't believe it's necessary. But I'm the type of person I need foundation for the higher level concepts. Like some people are just like, hey, I got it. Like I get all the domains and this is just these domains. I just need to learn a little bit of cloud to get into it, but it just doesn't compute for me. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get a couple, or I would like to get all 3 foundation certs, but if I just get at least 2 foundation certs, I think I can work my way up and get it. Cause it's vendor agnostic is why everybody's so hyped about it. So they're like, yeah, I'll get into the vendor specific stuff when my employer needs me to go that route. Like if I need to, work Azure, I need to work AWS. I don't know if people were doing Oracle right now. I know it's big in government. Plus it's free this month. So that's where I started. But I don't believe it's a necessity to do vendor specific before you jump into it. But for me, it's helpful. Like I don't like just jumping right into the top of something. That just doesn't compute for me. So that is my current struggle.
Yeah, that's good though. It's good. I mean, I'm glad you're getting into that field. I think it's pretty important, and especially like a lot of organizations going more cloud, hybrid connectivity, have the on-prem and cloud resources. So it's and something that's probably not as focused on. I think, obviously cybersecurity is a big thing, but I think a lot of cybersecurity is like, oh, on-premise cybersecurity. Don't think about like, oh, the cloud and like all the inner workings there. So it's like you got to kind of be able to transition to more of a I guess a hybrid mindset and not think about everything being in your little data center. You got to think about some of the connectivity to outside resources and make sure that it can still connect but also be secure at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. And then the holiday's almost here. Super excited about that. So I'll go ahead and land this plane. Definitely hit up the website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com, to get to our social medias. Hit us up throughout the week. We drop episodes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I try to always have some kind of Ask Us SP on Thursday. So you're getting a week's worth of content if you subscribe to us, like, share, hit that bell and all that stuff I did not say throughout the entire week. We try to have people on as much as possible. So next week, we should have Aisha Hollins on for Wednesday discussion. It's going to do with Meta and some of the child safety features they're including in IG, I believe. So it's definitely a good topic if you're a parent who is concerned, or not even just a parent, just anybody who's concerned about their privacy and security going into this new metaverse world where we're headed. Just to see kind of what steps they're already taking to secure our information. So definitely tune in for that. And then that brings us right to the holiday. We take a 2-week break. So you can hit me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and IG. I'd love to answer your questions. And if I can get you on the show for Ask Us SP, even better. And then you, LeVon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.